I was watching New York and Orlando the first half of that one.
It was whooping
Like
their
this supposed to
ass.
be, they supposed to. The whole point of the cup stuff was so it could be competitive.
But for like, but you know how like they're doing like so for like seeding, so if you whoop this team ass or if this team lose by this much, the other team get in. So it's kind of like that part is not for the competitive part. But listen, nothing like I said before on Twitter, nothing is gonna matter until they actually want to play or give a damn. Like honestly, especially when you start talking about like the damn All-Star game. They don't if they don't care about that, ain't no format gonna really matter.
I'm about to say, what are they doing? Are they doing like 4 games or something like that?
Yes, yeah, man. I didn't really like. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. I think a lot of people like it, but I don't think if teams don't want to, if players don't really give effort, the format really not gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't give the effort, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
It's
And I
been
feel
like
like
this
ain't
for like the
that
last like
all
maybe.
day.
It's been like this for like the last like 7-8 years now. It's just
I feel like every year is just getting worse though.
It is the last couple of years been really bad. The All-Star game, like I remember I used to like want to have parties, like we have like a watch party for All-Star weekend and shit like that. Shit ain't like that no more. Like
nah.
Yeah,
I
nobody.
feel
The
like the
dunk
last
contest
time
ain't
the dunk
shit no
contest
more,
was
man.
fun was when like Blake Griffin was in it. What year was that?
That
2000.
was like 2011, 12, one of them years.
Yeah, like
I think 11.
oh, I'm sorry, I'm just being disrespectful. Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine had a hell of a
That was
slam dunk
good.
That was
contest.
the last good one though.
Yeah, was that
Yeah.
2016?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like
2015,
that.
some
Yeah.
shit like that. Was good. Wiley was good. I
Then
still remember
I think John
fast.
Wall did it one year. It was pretty good.
John Wall did it.
Yeah, he did it like I think it was
Yeah.
14 or 15, one of them
Hey,
years.
speaking of John Wall, Lo, I've been looking for that jersey since you left, and I finally found it.
Where was it?
In the back of a goddamn closet in a bag that ran and put it in a bag, so we lose it. We still
Losing
lost
it.
that shit.
Look, I stay doing that. Like I stay like trying to put something up so I don't lose it, and then I end up losing it. It's really
Man,
good.
I've been looking for that shit. I'm like, yo, I want to send this shit to her, and I cannot find it. That John Wall dunk contest was not good. I don't even
Bro,
remember.
you capping, bro. It was. I ain't gonna say it was the best or nothing like that. Like it wasn't the best of the decade, but it
He
was.
said it would.
It was
He said it
entertaining.
was shit. I don't even
The
remember that.
last good one, like I said, was the Aaron Gordon one.
Yeah, that was like 2016. I
Yeah,
think.
that's the after that it's been trash. I'm sorry.
No, it's been really bad. Even though 3-point contest is fun, we still want to see people dunk.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You ain't gonna get too much creativity, but you still want. What up, big
But
baby?
also, like the top dunkers, they're not doing it no more. Like I want to see Ja do it. I want to see Ant do it. They
I'm
don't
not
wanna
gonna
do it.
hold y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. LeBron started this movement. LeBron started this movement where the best players are not participating in the
But
dunk contest.
I always thought Brian was never that type of dunk contest dunker.
Bro, it don't matter. It don't
Nah,
matter. You gotta do it. Like you just when you are considered one of the best, like every one of the best have done it.
Yeah, I guess. But he did start it, and also like with
The
the
Nigga,
NBA
the
got
last,
changed it though. The NBA got changed it. Like the
the
rookies, they
last
got
like
it like
2 years has been Mac McClung. The fuck?
right. Like if they wanted to be more exciting, they gotta start. I mean, it sounds crazy, but they gotta start forcing them to do it. Like the rookies, they
man.
don't know
Listen,
no better. Like they are at their peak of athleticism at that point. Like make them go. Like when you have somebody like that's like a freak of nature. Like you don't let them just decide a couple years later to do it. No, you're there. You're already there for the NBA festivities for rookie versus sophomore, or however they name it this time. You know how they do it like that. You're already there. So come on now, give
but
them
you
an
also gotta
incentive.
think a lot of people use the slam dunk contest. I'm not saying like Jordan and shit like that did, but a lot of people use slam dunk contest to get their name out there. And so like a lot of these young dudes now, they got contracts, they got sneaker deals.
Right.
Like all this
I
stuff.
mean, all
doesn't
three
matter
got
no
a
more.
sneaker deal, so you're right. They
Yeah,
don't have
like,
to.
it
They don't
don't
have to work for it.
Yeah,
Not
that
not
doesn't
work
matter
for
no
it, but
more.
you get what I'm
So,
saying.
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. You definitely correct. Like, but now it's like everything is given to people. Like, what's the old boy, man, the white dude on the Golden State War with the afro?
Pods.
Pozinski or whatever his name is.
Yo, he has a sneaker. This is what I'm saying. Like, we're not never get these dudes to do that.
It's because these companies go on social media and they see like these people getting talked about a lot, so they just assume like, oh, this player's the top player in the game or whatever it is. Like even like who was it? Alex Caruso, like back like in 2020, like when he was with the Lakers, like they had him like top 4 in like All-Star voting. Alex Caruso was not no damn All-Star, dog. Like respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Alex Caruso was a good player, but he was not an All-Star.
No, is it like the fan voting mess it up, don't it? And that how it usually works?
Yeah.
The fan
I mean,
voting.
same thing happened with like Kate Martin. Wasn't she like one of the highest for jersey sales? And then
She was.
You know,
She was.
like come on, she didn't play like that.
No, she definitely was. She definitely was. Facts, Nick. I don't even watch the All-Star game anymore. It's not the same. Honestly, the last real good one was 2020. Like after like Kobe passed and they changed the rules and stuff like that. All-Star game in Chicago was lit, but after that, I really can't think of nothing else. The All-Star game I really was. Oh, Cleveland was fun. Cleveland was kind of fun.
I don't even remember.
Like
Brian had that game winner over. I forgot who the game winner was over, but that was kind of competitive. But like the Salt Lake City one was not fun whatsoever. That was not fun.
I mean, they shouldn't even have it in Salt Lake. Like, come on.
Hey, Utah is nice, but I get you about the All-Star weekend though. Nobody want to go.
Like what? I mean, the All-Star weekend is supposed to like garnish like viewership and people partying and like it's like, bro, it's Utah.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that.
Networking, like where are we networking at on the snowy mountain? Like what?
You know, I'll be real, they haven't had an All-Star game in Miami in like 30 years. And I don't know why.
I think it was like 90.
Because people in Miami don't go to the games.
93? Is that what
so many things to do there.
You think Brian needs to retire after this year? This is just some. First of all,
Braun is fine, man. I think
he gonna be 40 next in 2 weeks or whatever. End of the month.
People forget, like, didn't he have like 4 straight triple doubles before this?
Man,
like,
he's probably done after his contract is up anyway. He probably knows
he'll retire next year. I think
he know when his contract is done. He's done. Like I really don't see too much. And Lowe says something very important on Twitter that has nothing to really do with his age. Like his decision making is just awful.
Terrible.
Like this slump, I don't even care about the
plays
slump.
like right. I honestly don't care about how he's like the scoring.
Yeah, me either.
It's the decision making. I'm like, wow, like the fact that he's doing all these jump passes and they're just turnovers like that. As a kid in elementary school, you learn to not do jump passes. Like when you leave your feet, you are not supposed to be passing them because it's easier to pick off. Like, so it's just the decision making. And for somebody that has such a high IQ as he has, that shouldn't be happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're playing terribly, that shouldn't be happening. In regards to him not making shots, I mean, it's a miss and make league. Like, I think that he can still play basketball. I think he's just in a slump. I think he's tired. I think him playing all 82 games as a setup is stupid. He's 40 years old. Like, even though he's the explosive and no 40-year-old has done in NBA history, like, he still has those goods, but the Lakers are expecting him to be the second best player every night on that team. That's not fair to somebody that's almost.
That's not fair.
I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good you are, bro. Like, I don't care who you are. At 40 years old, it's some things that your body just ain't gonna recover as quickly as it did before. That's just science. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's physics. Like, it just happens. So yes, we'll see Braun throughout the season go in spurts where he's like vintage Braun and he's doing shit that we're like, how's a 40-year-old doing that? But then we're also going to see stints like this where he looks terrible. Like, he looks flat out terrible right now. But
it's awful.
I mean, all of them look terrible if we're being honest. So it's like, why are we pointing a finger solely at Braun when, I mean, and I get it because the Lakers are in a very tough situation. Like, they are paying a 40-year-old so much money that is crippling what we can do with the roster, right? But also you're asking a 40-year-old to do a lot. So it's like, it's so many things wrong with that franchise. And people are starting to turn on JJ. And it's just like, bro, look at the front office. They've been skating out of this free for the last 3 years if we keep it a buck. Wally said,
I don't think JJ the problem though.
I mean, JJ has been questionable in some things, but he's a rookie head coach. That's what you expect. He's not the problem, but he's made some terrible decisions as a rookie head coach, but that's what you expect from a rookie head coach. Wiley said, as someone over 40, I struggle to recover from my workouts every now and again. It's starting to catch up with Ron. Yeah, like he's been playing. And the thing is, like, not only is he almost 40, he's been playing deep into the postseason forever. Almost every damn year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he has that additional mileage on top of being 40 and just playing basketball since 6, 7, 8. Right, Olympics. Right, exactly. Like, come on.
So, I'm trying to catch. Oh, stop. I ain't gonna say stop having all-star games in cold cities because New York and Chicago, they still gonna kick it regardless.
Not in Utah though.
But Utah, I'm with you, Wiley. I'm with both of y'all. Everybody who said that you shouldn't go to places like that. Man, what else? I'm trying to do some little catching up. Man, how was y'all Thanksgiving? And everybody in the chat says y'all talking. How was y'all's Thanksgiving? It was cool.
Pretty good. It was pretty good, man. Spent some time with the fam. You know what I'm saying? Had some good eats.
Nick said he was tapping out after 2 plates. He was tapping out.
I was still recovering, so I didn't do nothing.
You was recovering?
I was sick. I wasn't trying to go. I wasn't trying to be at Thanksgiving coughing on the food and everybody looking at me. I was like, nah.
That shit. Yo, that seems so
wrong. You're gonna start looking at you crazy, like, hey, yo,
right, man. Bro, this is literally my second year in a row missing Thanksgiving. I've been sick 2 years in a row.
Damn, I'm sorry.
But it's all good.
I did a lot of eating. I watched the Bears get on my motherfucking nerves. I cussed them out, but it was a good time though. And I'm on to Christmas, so I'm glad Christmas is here. I'm Mr. Christmas for real. I love holidays, especially when you got kids. You just don't, even if you don't like them, you got kids, you better like them fast.
Right.
Let's see, anything else? Well, anyways, everybody who's still following in from Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, this is episode 18 of the Best Damn W Show. Y'all favorite trio is back. Lo, Nick, Andre, me, Jay. And we got a lot of shit to cover. We had a lot of shit happening over Christmas break. Thanksgiving week break. And first of all, I want to say this. The person that said that kids should be out for a full week of Thanksgiving should be slapped. Why they need a week out?
That don't happen here.
That wasn't even like that when I was in school. We only got out
like that when I was in school. That don't happen here.
But it was not like that. It was not like that. Some kids only got Thursday and Friday.
They had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, so I think I had like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But man, whoever decided that should not even be a thing. But
you know why they probably do that for like families that's traveling.
Yeah, I guess
traveling to like another state. But that is kind of nuts. But also the teachers need a break too. So
they do. I will give teachers need a break. And that Friday before, they had a half a day.
Yeah, they wasn't trying to go to school. That's how they did it here. So like, Jillian's a teacher. So Monday, Tuesday, they had half days. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they was off. I'm like, bro, why did they even have half days? That's stupid.
And then during the Thanksgiving break, they had parent teaching conferences too. So we had to go up there.
Yeah, she had it too. Yeah.
So anyway, but where y'all want to start, man? We had so many games. What teams y'all want to start with?
I ain't gonna lie, I barely watched any hoops over the weekend, man. So I'm still trying to catch up, to be real.
All right, how about this? I know this. We can start with Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
We can just kick it off with them for us. So Notre Dame had a rough Thanksgiving week. They what was it? The Cayman Islands? Is that what they said?
Yeah.
I know they couldn't wait to get on the goddamn plane. I know they could not wait. But the first game against TCU, right?
Mm-hmm.
TCU, they was playing ball. I was on Twitter talking shit. I was saying all type of shit about Notre Dame. I was saying they is ready to win a championship.
Put out a tweet said that they about to win it all this year. And
man, listen, I was talking about it was so easy. It was so easy for them. And mind you, and before I go any further, Flow Sports, you should be ashamed for having this, and then you charging people $30 for this quality of game that's coming to the TV screen and then we gotta watch it on playback. So, and to the people who did that, shout out to y'all for that. But back in Notre Dame, they blew the game. Like they was up big. I want to say close to 20 at some point. And then Haley in the second half, in that third quarter, they just dominated and they end up losing 76-68. I'm gonna shoot it to you, Lopes. I know you was watching. And give me your thoughts on that first loss.
Just a bad loss. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it. It's just a bad loss. Both games, but in particular, TCU, like they were leading the game majority of the game. So those are hard games when you're winning most of the game and the other team comes back and ends up winning, and then they end up winning by like 8 or 10 points. Like that's terrible. So the thing that stuck out the most to me was, of course, the momentum changed in the third quarter, but mostly the fourth quarter. Like Notre Dame was outscored 31-12. You only scored 12 points in the quarter. Like they missed a lot of free throws. They didn't rebound the ball well. And I think Neil has a hard decision to make at the end of games. Like during the game, you can do that. You switch off with Hannah running the point, Olivia running the point. But at the end of the game, you have to know who is going to close out the game as the point guard. And I think that needs to be Olivia because for multiple reasons. I think she's a better playmaker than Hannah. I think she has better decision-making skills, and I think she is more experienced. So I think that they got too cute trying to do and one shit. They was trying to get fancy, lost momentum, and never got it back. They weren't able to knock down open shots. Like they went long stretches of time in both games. They go long stretches of time without being able to put the ball in the basket. And I think once they get everyone back healthy, Maddie and Liza, like I think once they get, because those people are good scorers as well. So once they get them back, I think they'll look a little bit better. But either way, with the 5 or 8 that they played out there, like terrible. You can't lose either of these games. But luckily, it's November. If it's any time to lose games, it's now before conference play in the tournament. So I'm not up in arms as much as most people are. People were trying to drag my tweet because when they were looking good in the first half, I was talking my shit. Like Notre Dame is a contender, and I'm still going with them losing 2 games in a row, and they might lose a third game against Texas. We'll get to that. But even if they do lose this third game, I'm standing on all 10 and saying that they are still a contender. They are not even fully healthy. So this is the worst they are going to be this year. So again, I still think that they're a contender. When you have 2 dynamic guards like they do, and you have a freshman at center that is not scared to defend and scared to at least try out there, I like their chances. So I'm still standing all 10 on it. What you got, Nick? I know you watched that one.
I know you.
Actually, I went back and I watched the first half. I didn't get a chance to watch the second half, but I agree with everything you said. I mean, it's still November. These losses, I mean, they are some bad losses, but hey, I mean, you rather to have these losses at the end of November than in March. You know what I mean? Like, and it does look bad considering that they beat USC the weekend before. Then obviously there was a video of them celebrating in the locker room, and then you drop 2 games like this back to back. It is a bad look. But at the end of the day, I mean, losses happen. Losses definitely happen. And I definitely agree. And I've been telling you this even from the beginning. I think that Olivia's more so the better offensive player. And that's not necessarily a knock to Hannah. Hannah's averaging like 24, 25 a game, so she's been playing really well. But I think just her decision making, Olivia's per se, her decision making as far as a shot creator and of course, as a playmaker is just slightly better in my opinion. So if you had to pick and choose, like who to go to down the stretch, I'll probably have to go with Olivia. And then of course, with the experience as well. They do have Texas coming up. I was looking, into that game this upcoming Thursday, I believe it is. It's gonna be a tough matchup. It's gonna be a really, really tough matchup, but that's gonna be the matchup that really shows, where this team is at. But I mean, even aside from that, I don't remember exactly where they are right now in the AP poll, but I think they'll be fine.
They're 10.
They're 10th right now. Okay, I mean they'll be fine. I mean, this is still a team that people got to look out for. Especially as the season does progress, and they'll bounce back.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see none of the Utah game. I forgot to even look at that. But once I knew they lost, I really didn't want to. I kind of figured
they were winning, and then like after halftime, it was just looking terrible. But I do want to shout out Haley Van Lip. She was hooping. First half, she did terrible. First half, like 3 fouls in the first half. Had to sit out for a little bit. Hannah was in her ass. In that first half, she was like just taking advantage of her. And then, Haley came back in the second half and showed who she is. Like, it looked like vintage Haley out there hooping, and it just shows you when you go to a school that puts you in the right positions to score and is the proper fit. This is the result that you see. So shout out to her for having a hell of a week, actually.
This is definitely a redemption season for her. I'll give it to her. I mean, it's like you said, her being in the right situation. I mean, let's just call it what it was. Her going to LSU was a mistake. It should have never happened.
Never.
Now her being at TCU, now I think she's in a much better position where she can really show her maximum potential as an all-around scorer and playmaker. So I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
Do y'all think she's gonna make it to the W?
I think she can. Does she come out this year or next year?
I think this year, right? Or next?
I ain't seen her no mock drafts, dog.
Maybe it's next year then, because I haven't seen her.
Yeah, I ain't seen her. Maybe it's.
But she dropped so low because of last year. Because they were talking about her in the first round, and then once she went to LSU last year, nobody was talking about her because clearly how she played.
Nobody said a shit about her.
Yeah, so it's hard. I don't know if she'll stay on a team past training camp. I don't know. I got to see more.
Is it because she's like a smaller guard and
she's not a big guard, and I feel like she's not a big guard, and I feel like her shot isn't consistent enough to stay. Like if it was an automatic shot, like if she had like, a pow shot from three, shooting 50% over, from the 3-point line, then possibly. But her shot is too inconsistent for her to be so small. I think she'll get exploited on defense like she does now. I think she likes to attack the rim. I think when she's attacking the rim and you see somebody like 6'6" JJ waiting for you, they don't really have too much of that in the NCAA. Like, yes, you have Lauren Betts and Reagan Beers and stuff like that, but like you don't, what I'm saying? Like you don't see as many big bodies like you're going to see in the WNBA. So I don't know if she does go. I think it'll be second round. It'll just be hard for her. It's going to depend on her fit, and I think that's what the WNBA is kind of turning into, right? You look at all the rookies last year. Most of them went to a team that was pretty decent for, their skill set kind of complemented what team they went to, and I think that's what it's all about in order to keep a roster spot.
I could see her potentially back up, depending on what situation she's in.
Yeah, how tall is she? Was she like 5'6"?
No, probably 5'8".
Maybe shorter than that. I don't know.
She's taller than 5'6". She has to be like 5'8", right?
5'8". Yeah, probably 5'8". Probably 5'8". But yeah, her stock definitely tanked after
she's 5'7".
5'7". Her stock was so high when she was at Louisville. Like she was going crazy even
before that in high school, they was high on her.
Yeah.
She got to take that L though on her. That's on her because she tried to make a 5'7" they show. She tried to make a business move by going there with the NIL and stuff like that, and then backfired.
Yeah. That's the only problem with that shit, man. Sometimes that shit just not gonna work out for you like you wanted. You know,
like it was just a terrible fit. Like it was just not a good fit for her. But I'm glad she so yeah, they say 5'7" online, but it really means she probably really is 5'6" because they inflate the height. So she's probably truly right. She probably truly is 5'6", but they have her 5'7" on Google.
Or 5'5", I should say. She's probably 5'5". Little, she look little out there sometimes, but
yeah.
I'm W, like especially in the W, like I think guards really have to know how to defend. And I mean, not saying that Haley can't defend, but I don't know her. Nobody knows her as like a top.
She's a traffic cone out there. That's what you just said.
Man, Nick, can you see Haley against a big body like Chelsea Gray? Come on, now.
Cook, man.
Come on now. I mean, what guard is she going to stay in front of? Ty Harris is faster than her. Like I'm literally thinking about all the guards in WNBA. Like who is she staying in front of?
we saw how it was in the Elite Eight last year.
Oh my!
Which God, I mean, she didn't try with this.
She was sick. I will give her that. She was sick, but
no, that's
sick or not, she would have still been getting cooked. Like, let's be real. Like, she should have never even been defending her in the first place. Like,
no,
that's Kim Mulkey's fault. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was almost like she was trying to teach her a lesson in 4K. Like, girl, the championship is on the line. We don't got time for because in no sane person's mind would you ever play Haley on Caitlin Clark. And I get it. You didn't want Flage to get in foul trouble. But once Caitlin is going on, like they didn't stop Caitlin from scoring or passing. You got to stop her from one or the other. You can't give her both. So at a certain point in time, you got to make adjustments. Like after maybe the third 3 that she hit, maybe make adjustments. Like you just literally, she put Flage on her with like 4 minutes to go in the game. I'm like, really? When y'all don't have a chance to come back? Okay. But yeah.
She was a cop out for LSU. I didn't even think about no shit like that. Just I wrote in cop out for them when they lose that game because she just let her just stay on her. It was just. I think everybody watching at the arena, everybody watching at home was like, "Yo, what is going on right now?"
Right?
Why?
And I'm not saying that Flage was going to shut her down, but at least slow her down. You got to at least make her choose which one she's going to do. Are you scoring today or are you creating today? You cannot let Caitlin do both.
Yeah, facts.
You know who made that adjustment though? Don Staley.
I mean, Raven is also a better defender than Haley. It's not even close.
No doubt. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not even close. I'm about to say, like, listen, Raven can't shoot that thing, but she can move them feet.
Man, I was gonna move. I was about to go right into South Carolina unless y'all got something else to say about Notre Dame.
They got Texas. That's all I got to say.
Good luck.
Good luck on Thursday, 6:00. Good luck. Good luck to them for real. Is it in Notre Dame? Was it in Texas?
You know what? I don't know.
It's in Texas because I think all the ACC, SEC matchups are in the SEC home teams.
Oh no, it's in Notre Dame.
Is it Notre Dame?
Yep.
Okay, never mind.
Dang. That works out for them because they don't need to be on the road right now at all.
They still ain't safe.
No, you still ain't safe, but they don't. I know they was glad. But before we move to South Carolina, do they need to do anything drastic to change anything, or they just need to keep playing with how they've been playing?
Nothing drastic. I mean, I think that they just need to stick to the game plan. Once they get up, they get laxed, and then they start pressing, and then they can't make shots. Like they just got to stick to the game plan. And Sonia Citron needs to get more involved in the offense. She's too talented to just be third fiddle. Like I understand the guards are dynamic, but because so much attention is on Hannah and Olivia, like you should be out there cooking. Like you're the third option. You should be out there cooking. Like and even Liatu King, like what are you doing? Like you should be out there cooking too. Like you were basically the number 1 option last year, number 1, number 2 option. Now you going to third or fourth. Like you should be getting easy buckets because all the attention is on the guards.
She's also in a new situation though because Pitt was mid as hell last year. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so she probably like, oh my god, this is a whole new competition.
Right. She can't believe it. She's like, what the hell is going on? What is this? No, I feel you, but they don't need to do shit else. Just keep doing what you was doing. When you get up big, don't get lax. I do like the whole probably going through Olivia Moore.
Yeah, she gotta make shots. She shot terrible against Utah.
No, I did see that for sure. Definitely did.
You gotta make shots.
But South Carolina, man. South Carolina bounced back. They made
Oklahoma.
No, Iowa State.
Played Iowa State. Yeah,
Iowa State looked like they was not a top 15 team
at all. At all.
That old-fashioned
like they weren't even ranked.
Yeah.
76-36, and they probably could have been worse than that.
They had 9 in the first half, 3 in the first quarter.
Come on, man. How
you do that?
Especially when you got Audie Crooks on your team.
Exactly.
Man,
how did that even happen?
People have been trying to pump up Audie, and not saying she's not good. She's good, but people have been trying to put her up a little bit higher. Listen.
It was after that tournament game because I think she had 40 in that one tournament game.
Yeah.
So everybody.
That was when her and Kiki was going back and forth, right?
I think it was, yeah.
Was that the one? Iowa State did not look good. They just didn't have the dogs to run with South Carolina, but they still didn't look like they was ranked 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that was the first time for somebody watching that squad, they're gonna be like, yo, they're ranked 15 in the country.
It was my first time watching them this year, and I was like, they look bad.
They got dog walk.
It was crazy.
I mean, but it also just shows you how good South Carolina is.
Yes.
You know, it just shows you how good. I mean, because we can sit here and be like, "Oh, Iowa State sucks," but are they really that bad, or is South Carolina just that much better than them?
And you know, they was probably just really even more so heated of how they looked against UCLA as well. So
I would hate to be the team that got to come play them after they took their first loss in 43 games.
Come on now, they came out there and they was whooping their ass.
Belt to ass for sure.
Belt to ass for sure.
Not even just them, but they smacked Purdue too.
Yeah, I was gonna go to Purdue. They beat the shit out of Purdue, 99-51. Like, like they bust that ass. So I mean, they bounced back just like we figured they would. We didn't put too much into them losing to UCLA. We knew they could lose, but we wasn't gonna jump off the bridge or jump off the cliff when it comes to South Carolina. They still a good team. They still gonna fuck around, still be in the Final Four, probably still be in the national championship. And this UCLA loss is just gonna be like, oh, they lost in November.
Right.
That's basically what it is. So now they got them 2 wins out the way, and they got Duke coming up, and
that's gonna be fun.
That Duke game on Thursday at 8:00. Listen, it's gonna be cracking this weekend. Yo, it's some good matchups. And I don't even think we even need to talk about them playing Purdue or Iowa State. But I mean, I don't know how y'all in South Carolina ain't too much to say. They bounced back like we thought they would.
I mean, I did want to just mention shout out to Joyce Edwards, double off the bench, 13 points, 11 boards. So shout out to her for having her, coming out party against
Iowa State game.
Yeah, it was against a ranked team. I think it was the Iowa State game. But even I think what I learned from this weekend and just watching South Carolina is that they're a good defensive team. And you saw that with Purdue, they only allowed one of their players to score in double figures. Everybody else was single digits. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, and they only scored, I think, 6 points in the entire second quarter, something like that. So South Carolina is very good defensively. The one thing that worries me about South Carolina is their ability to go long stretches without scoring. I think that if Pow and Tessa aren't shooting well, they're in for a long night. Of course, you got Mylasia who can come and score at will, but I think they need more from Bree Hall. They need more from Raven. They just need more from the different players. And of course, they win by committee. You're not going to see them. They don't have like an all-star on their team that's just going to go out there and be a superstar. They have to win by committee, but I think everyone has to just like step their scoring up a little bit, because outside of Pow and Tessa, like in regards to knockdown shooters, they don't really have anybody that's a knockdown shooter. Like, again, Mylasia can score in a lot of different ways, but I don't consider her a knockdown shooter. That's just
I'm gonna be real. I feel like their two best scorers, in my opinion, are coming off the bench. They're not even in the starting lineup. I mean, it's not even. I mean, and it's all due respect to Pow. I mean, I think Tahina Pow has definitely stepped up offensively, but it's hard to do that. Like when you're starting lineup, you don't really have a lot of shot creators outside of Pow.
Do you think they're gonna struggle against Duke or TCU?
I think Duke can give them some problems. Duke has always been a great defensive team, especially. And then on top of the offensively as well, like the past week with the week that Ashlyn Jackson and Reagan Richardson had, I think that's going to be the key for Duke, in my opinion. It's like that wing duo being able to just be able to lead the way, not even just offensively, but defensively as well. I think that they also might have a size advantage too, at the wing position against, South Carolina. So that could possibly be, their advantage as well. So Duke is not a slouch. I mean, they beat Kansas State last week. They beat Oklahoma last week. That was actually a really good game. So I mean, we all know South Carolina. I mean, and they definitely bounced back, but that Duke game is going to be something interesting.
It is going to be some real interesting. That's going to be fun. That's in South Carolina as well. I see.
I think South Carolina wins by at least 15.
Here come Logo all going to give us.
Funny thing is, she's probably right about
I do. I think they will. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be close in the beginning. Yeah. I think that Duke is good defensively. I think that they'll give South Carolina a little bit of trouble in the first half. But eventually South Carolina is going to wear them down like they do every team. I think the issue with Duke in this team is the scoring. outside of Reagan Richardson. Like they have, other people scoring, but like they go on again long stretches of time without scoring. I never have to question their defense because Kara has them playing, she has them playing hard. They always gonna play hard. So I can never question that. But my issue is offensively. Like if they had one more guard that could score, maybe, but I just don't think it's gonna be enough.
Yeah, they're very streaky to say the least. I mean, Tyina Amir's the point guard. She can knock down threes, but she's very inconsistent at times.
Right. Yeah. And that's my issue. So if they catch South Carolina on a day where Pow Pow and Tessa are having off games, then we will see a very close game. But if they're knocking it down, then no, 15 points or more.
I bet. I'm gonna hold you to that 15 points you said, right? I'm gonna hold you to it. She gonna be right too. Y'all don't understand how much. Y'all don't understand how much she be right when she say stuff in her group chat.
It's getting crazy at this point, bro. Like I'm always wrong with this shit, man. I can't make predictions.
Hey, no bull. I'm about to any prediction Nick starts saying, I'm gonna just go the opposite.
Literally. Even if a team won like 10 in a row, I can say, "Oh, they about to win and then they lose."
No, she be spot on a lot of times. I ain't gonna hold you.
I ain't gonna hold you. I did jinx Notre Dame now because I tweeted. Ever since I made that tweet, they have lost every game.
Yo,
so if they lose Texas, that'll be 0-3. Ever since I made that tweet.
Yo, I've been talking about them crazy on Twitter as well, and.
Look, Wiley, I wish I had the lottery numbers. Should I be playing all the time?
Yeah, don't believe Nick predictions.
Now Michelle got better predictions than me. Like she be predicting stuff months ahead.
I don't even know how. That's because they show still holds me against the whole Sparks make the playoffs thing, which I admitted I was wrong about. Which it doesn't even look bad.
Trust me, that ain't the only thing she probably holding against you. I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I don't know any other ones, but
I'm sure some other shit. USC.
USC.
You know what? Lowe is the resident, USC beat right over here. So, how do they look to you this week against these? First of all, they were the only damn team we can watch on regular TV. It seemed like
they playing now. Actually,
they're the only team we was able to watch for real. It seemed like all weekend. But go ahead.
Nothing really to report on here. I mean, they played Seton Hall in St. Louis. Kiki looked a little bit better, but the offense still doesn't look great to me. Rhea Marshall, I do like what she was doing on the defensive end. I do like her rebounding. Offensively, still smoking layups as a senior. Kiki averaged 22 points and 10 boards over the last two games, and Juju averaged 27 points and 6 boards over the last two games. In one of the games, I can't remember which one. I think it might have been the Seton Hall. Juju took better shots. She looked better. Her shot selection looked a lot better, so I was pleased with that. But, I mean, they need somebody else to step up. They need a third scorer until Kennedy Smith gets back. I'm not really sure why TVO transferred. Not really sure what exactly she's bringing to this team. I don't know if we just need to wait for chemistry to develop, but I was like watching the games and I was really trying to think about like what she did well when she played on her last team, and I can't recall. So I'm not really sure why she decided to come to Southern California, but that's that. And I do like Avery Howe. I like her game a lot. She had 14 points off the bench against Seton Hall, and then against St. Louis, she had 11 points off the bench. So I do like her a lot.
You got any thoughts about them, Nick?
Great bounce back. I know that St. Louis, they're not necessarily a ranked team, but I mean, at the end of the day, the wins and wins. See, USC, they gotta rack up these next couple wins before they face UConn on the 21st. So, go ahead and get your team together now. Figure out what you guys need to do because them Huskies looking good. So
yeah, in fact, the first team they played, who was it again? Seton Hall. They were going on runs and making it like in the first half, like they were making it kind of tough because we were talking about in the group chat, Jay. We was like, okay, Juju looking good, she's taking good shots, and then all of a sudden the game is like super close, and I'm like,
it was out of nowhere.
Yeah. So they gave them a little bit of run for their money. So that's why I say I'm not really impressed with the offensive schemes and even the defense that they were still running. So I mean, Lindsay has a lot of work to do over there.
Yeah,
Low be the type, hey, you won, but you still ass.
Correct.
And right now, USC is playing Cal Baptist University.
who is 0-8.
45 to
they
16
playing right now?
45 to what?
45 to 16.
That's why I didn't even tell y'all about the game. I wasn't even gonna rush y'all off here today because I already knew that they was gonna put belt to ass early.
Cal Baptist University. All right, man. Look at y'all. Lo was in the field this weekend, and she went to go see Maryland.
I did.
Cal Baptist, and you supposed to be trying to go for a national Anyways, how was Maryland for you in person? I saw a tweet about you used to go to Coach Freeze, right?
Yeah.
You used to go to her camps. That's crazy. That's like full circle for real. Like you used to do that shit.
It was for real full circle. And the next time I see her, I'm gonna tell her that they were like in a rush, so I didn't want to, impose. But like, I wish I could find the pictures. My dad probably has them. But like, I literally have multiple pictures from multiple years because I went to overnight camp at Maryland. So we were like staying in the dorms, and we was like, they was really working us. And it's funny because I tweeted about it on Blue Sky, or I wrote about it on Blue Sky, and some girl was like, she was like, "Hey sis, I was there too." She was like, "That was my first introduction to getting shin splint." So I was like, bro, they were not playing, like they were working us as kids. So it was just a full circle moment to go to the camps, multiple years as a young girl, and then be able to cover Maryland basketball team. But to be honest, my takeaway from Maryland in general, my takeaway from the game in general is actually George Mason is a decent team. Like they're going to be in their conference. Like,
okay,
they literally gave Maryland a run for their money. Like in the third quarter, so they were initially down like 15, 20 points, something like that. I want to say 15, and then they end up coming back and taking the lead. I was like, "Oh, Maryland about to get upset!" Like it was, when I tell you, it got quiet. Like the Maryland fans were mute in that stadium. Like I was like, "Ooh, it's getting a little." I got kind of nervous for them because I was just like, "Ooh, it's looking bad for them." But one thing I will say is Maryland, I think I will give them credit for winning the game because it's important to win ugly games like that when you're not shooting well, when you're getting out rebound. It's important to string along enough stops and enough baskets to win. But man, they did not look good. They don't have someone that's like adult. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's gonna go out there and get it when the game is on the line. Like they have, Cheyenne Sellers and stuff like that. But I just don't see it, bro. Like I just don't see it in her, respectfully. I'm not saying she's a bad player. I like how Maryland like wins by committee. Like I like that they don't have just somebody who is so ball dominant, but you also need somebody that's gonna go get it at the end of the game. And like when they needed somebody in the fourth quarter to kind of go out there and get it, it wasn't her. It was somebody else. It wasn't her. So I didn't go to the game against Toledo because I didn't want to waste my time or my gas. I knew they were going to get blown out, and Toledo did get blown out. So yeah, overall it was good. I'll probably be at maybe one more game this month. I think they play Michigan State at home, so I'm gonna probably go to that game, and then I'll probably be at all 3 home games in January because they play USC, UCLA, and some other ranked team. I can't remember. Maybe
you get all the good home games like Northwestern. They get all those games on the road. So I gotta wait till next year.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, some of the games I wanted to see they play on the road this year too. But I'm glad that USC is here this year so I can see Drew in person.
That's what's up that you gotta go out there. Who they play? Wait, who they play in the first game you went to go see?
They played George Mason.
That's right, George Mason. I forgot. George Mason and Toledo.
And those fans, bro, George Mason fans get after it. They were not playing. One of the fans, when I tell you, like, with the stuff they were saying to Cheyenne, they was like, she's trash. All she does is foul bait. Don't foul her. That's all she wants. Just back up. Like, then the ref was running off the officiating was bad on both sides, but the ref was running off the court at the end of the game, and he was one of the fans going to say, yeah, you better take your ball head ass back there. Like they was going in. Like I'm like, dang. Like it's just a little winter tournament.
Yo, I love when fans. Not like you start being like racist and saying crazy shit. Like I like hecklers. Like I like that shit, but not like disrespectful shit. But when fans be into it and shit, man, get on their ass. Do that shit. Just don't make that shit personal. I love that shit. That shit, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you got to go out there, man. It's always fun when you get to go out there to games and not be a fan. You just be out there You know,
and
you
they had us
working, but
courtside. They had us nice. We was sitting.
that's what's up. Because a lot of times, especially when you media and you a journalist or whatever you're doing, and they had to sit you down somewhere. The other time they had your ass in the nosebleed.
Man, always New York. Shout out to the Liberty. Had us in the nose. I was like looking like, and I could see. I got 20/20 vision, but I was like, dang,
Yo,
bro, why
like
your media seats all the way up here?
Yeah, some stadiums will have your ass way up somewhere. Like,
Nah,
damn, what the fuck is being media? Like,
Right.
what the fuck? But since y'all talked about UConn, man, UConn, I feel like they just rocking and rolling. You know, they just doing their thing. They just standing back and they played a couple top 20 teams, but they just been rocking up. Tonight they play Holy Cross, I think. They think they bust their ass. Old girl.
I feel like they just coasting right now.
Long. Listen, I watched some of her little highlights tonight. She had some little fast break threes, little walk up threes. She is nice. What's her name? Strong. What's her first name?
Sarah Strong.
What's her name? Sarah Strong.
Yeah.
Oh, she was knocking down her threes today?
Hey, I know it's Holy Cross. I know that. But it's just the way she looked. And her being 6'2", I get what Gino is going with. I get what he's trying to say here. I get why he made those. I mean, it's too much pressure on her.
No, I'm not buying it.
No, I'm not buying it either. I get what he's saying, but I'm not buying that yet. But she is nice as Holy Cross. But man, UConn looking nice, man. Shit, they got a couple games coming up, a few top 20 games coming up. They got to play
Maryland promo.
Oh shit! Yeah, hey, Saturday they play Louisville. We will be back on playback.
I know I said Maryland. My bad.
Louisville versus UConn, 9:00 Eastern. We will be on playback, so come get some good old commentary, some good old fun. It's gonna be late night Saturday, so it's gonna be a great time. We might be.
And y'all not doing nothing because y'all be in the house like us.
Exactly. Y'all ain't going out nowhere.
You all that money last weekend.
It's cold.
Yeah, and it's cold. You ain't going nowhere, so we might as well just hop on. You're gonna be watching the game anyway. It's on Fox, so just come on through and watch.
They was active last time we was on there.
It was. So come on through. It's gonna be a great time. So, but yeah, UConn. Like I said, we're gonna give y'all different teams so y'all can see different ones. You probably will see some of the same ones a couple times, but they're gonna be them all the time. So come out for that, and then UConn got Notre Dame right after that.
That's why I said Notre Dame has a tough. I mean, UConn has a tough stretch. Notre Dame, since they lost those two, now these games are even more important, and you got to play tough people. It's not even like they lost two and then they get to play like mid teams for a little bit. No, they go straight to, you know what I'm saying? Like they go straight to Texas, and then next week UConn. Like they don't get. It's not really a break in and playing ranked teams. So my thing is, will it help them to prepare them for March? Yes. But can it also hurt them in regards to seeding? And that's UConn? Notre Dame.
It could. It definitely could, because you lost. Granted, TCU was what 17 when they lost to TCU, but they lost to a Utah team who wasn't even ranked.
And so the committee's gonna look at that. And so let's say they lose to Texas and UConn. That's already 4 losses when UConn is undefeated, when Texas is still undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you're talking about 1, 2, or 3 seeding, like all these things come into play.
No, you're right. And seeding can fuck up everything. You don't want to be
you want to be in that right region, okay?
Exactly.
Have to go through a goddamn gauntlet because you had some early losses you shouldn't have. So
exactly. But I do want to say one thing about UConn really quickly. Nice to see AZ Fudd kind of get back in rhythm scoring. She had her season high with 18 points against Ole Miss. And Paige had 29, 4 and 4. Sarah Strong had 10 points, 6 boards, and 3 assists. I think my concern with UConn is their lack of scoring outside of their big 3. Like they need Caitlin Chen, Ashlyn Shea. Like they need Ice. Like they need these players to do something like offensively. So when I say something, when they played over the weekend, I think it was when it was Ole Miss. I think those 3 people I named, Caitlin, Ashlyn, and Ice, like they literally scored 2 points each. They're in your starting 5. Like it's of course, when AZ gets fully healthy and can play longer periods of time, like she's going to be starting, so you don't got to worry about that. But like they still got to produce offensively. Like you cannot have 6 total points from a collective of 3 of your starters. Like that's not winning basketball. It's too much heavily relying on Paige, and it's heavily relying on Sarah. Now, as the season progresses, I think Sarah can take up more of that leadership role in regards to, helping Paige with the scoring. But like it has to come from other places too, like KK coming off the bench. Like they're going to need scoring. So I think that's my only like concern with them now, because they're just flat out missing open shots.
How about this? So, to close out the year in December, they got Louisville, they got Notre Dame, they got Georgetown, Iowa State, USC, and Providence. They only got one road game, and that's Notre Dame. How many wins they gonna win? You gonna win them all?
They gonna win all of them, yeah. They gonna win all of them.
I should go opposite just because Nick said that.
Oh God, yeah, they're about to lose everything on them now. Exactly.
I think the biggest competition. I'm not going to. I think the biggest competition is going to be maybe Notre Dame. Maybe
Notre Dame gonna beat them on the road.
But I don't know. I really don't know. Like UConn could really sweep all the teams. They like I wouldn't be like if they did, I wouldn't be shocked because I still don't believe in USC. I've been telling y'all that. Like I still don't believe in them. No, and what is the date that they play them, Nick? You remember?
21st, I think.
The 23rd. So they got
that's another playback. Another one.
Yep. So they have 3 weeks? Like, yeah, USC gonna be the same team in 3 weeks. So no, UConn will win.
No, UConn looking real nice. Like you said, those are real concerns, like you pointed out for sure about UConn. They just chilling out there, number 2, and they can get it cracking. We're gonna see though. We're definitely gonna see starting this weekend how they really look for real. So that should be fun. Yeah. Any other teams? Any other matchups coming up that we ain't touched on? We kind of did touch on Notre Dame, Texas. So we did kind of touch on that.
Yeah, I feel like we touched on all the ones that were coming up, right?
We did.
I ain't gonna lie, we get more. That's a problem for Notre Dame. They're gonna have to lock in at that big position. Like Leah Two Kings, she's gonna have to really lock in against Leah more.
I know we talk about Notre Dame a lot, but I think they got exposed once Cole got in foul trouble. Like as soon as she got in foul trouble, that's when the momentum changed. Like they had no big to come in and offset or help. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't realize how important she was for that team. But literally, if you go back and watch the game, as soon as she got in foul trouble, the entire momentum of the game changed because it changes what they can do offensively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else in the college world y'all want to go over real quick? I can't think of nothing else. I think we touched everything from this past.
Y'all want to be player of the week real quick since it's in college?
I guess we can do that real quick. We can do our player of the week. We talked about her. We talked about her not last week, about 20 minutes ago. Richardson from Duke. I mean, she had a hell of a game against I want to say is that Oklahoma. She did. She had like 35 points. As a matter of fact, she had a couple good games against was it Oklahoma and Kansas State, I believe it was.
Yeah.
But that one game against Oklahoma, she had 35. She shot like 56% from 3, shit like that. But that's my player of the week this week. I think her name Reagan. Is it Reagan Richardson?
Yeah, Reagan
Richardson. Bro. She had a different spelling. I didn't know if that was the right one. I didn't want to butcher it, but I didn't want to.
Now she does spell it. She spell it with an I.
Yeah, I didn't want to fuck up nobody's name. But who's yours this week, Love?
I actually have Reagan Richardson as well, but I'm a pivot and say Tanaya Latson.
Why you don't? Come on, man.
Why she do you like that, yo?
What you mean?
I was ready to go loud. I was going.
What?
Hey, not a bad pick. Not a bad pick though.
Listen, triple double, 24, 10, and 10. Also with 2 steals. Just been hooping, bro. When you watch her game, she's a 3-level scorer. Like you can just tell she's a flat out bucket. Like she can go out and get a bucket. Yeah. That's somebody you want on your team. And in the tournament over the break in the tournament that they played, she averaged 21 points, 7 boards, 5 assists. I mean, not average. I'm sorry. In the first game, she had 21 points, 7 boards, and 5 assists. And then in the second game, she had 30, 11 boards and 5 steals. Like, come on, bro. Like, I mean, the numbers speak for itself. So that's who I have for this week.
You wasn't lying, Nick. You was not lying. You was not lying about her.
Come on, man.
You wasn't being a homer. You was not being a homer in this one.
I mean, I still need to see her do that against a good defensive team, but I respect it. I respect it.
You knew Lo was gonna come with that.
What? I respect it.
I got you. Who you was, Nick?
I respect it.
I mean,
shout out to Nick. Listen, shout out to Nick. I didn't know who she was until he told me.
No, for real.
I gonna say I'll put her on the map, but she's making a name for herself this year.
She is. I will say that too. Yeah, she is making a name.
Nah, she definitely is. But I don't really have much to say. I mean, tonight was definitely mine. I was gonna save the best for last, but I'll piggyback off of what Lo said. This tournament was really, really good for her. People got to realize too, they played 3 games. They played 3 days in a row.
They did.
She dropped in, 30. I think she had 30 and 11 in the first game. Had a triple double in the last game against Gonzaga. Won by 41. Like Florida State, not even just tonight last, but Florida State was locked in that tournament. Delby, shout out to them. Tonight, I mean, I've been telling y'all, man, people call me crazy, but it's like I put her, like, as far as scoring, I put her in that same combo as like Paige, Juju, all of that, honestly. If you ask me now, she's not the most consistent 3-point shooter. She definitely has to continue to improve from that aspect, but tonight's continuing to improve, year in, year out. So I mean, I got to give her credit, honestly, especially on the defensive end. She's been doing a lot on that end.
That's what's up. And this is why we do Player of the Week, so y'all can get names like this. This is exactly why. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't know who these. We didn't know if Lo didn't know. I know y'all ass didn't know.
I don't watch for. I never watch for it.
Well, that's because they always put the games on ACC Network Plus or ACC Network X. Like, a lot of people don't have that channel.
I don't even know how you.
I think I do have it though.
We know you got it.
I just to be honest, if I don't really know a player, like if I've never heard of them or no one's told me to check them out on a team that I don't typically watch, I'm not gonna watch them. So if somebody be like, hey, you should check out such and such, then I will. But if it's a team I can't even think of a team, but I don't, what I'm saying, if they're typically not in the top 25, I'm probably not gonna watch you. I'm gonna be honest, just because it's not good hoops to me. Most of the time, it's just what I'm watching in high school hoops. Yeah.
They should be top 25. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, they were ranked 19, I believe it was, to start the year. Then they had that loss against Illinois, and that dropped them out of the top 25.
They might fight their way back up in there.
They will. The way these rankings be looking, they're gonna fight their way back up in there.
Well, I mean, they probably won't because some particular reporter keeps disrespecting the team. I mean, I'm not even gonna name the name. I think y'all know who I'm talking about, but particular reporter.
Find out after this. We're gonna find this out in the group chat. I don't know who you're talking about.
we talked about it yesterday.
We did.
We did.
Yeah.
We both.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, I think you sent us your list.
You said I did what? Oh, yeah, child. Yeah, I know he's talking about.
I gotta run it back then. All right. On to the W before we get up out of here, man. The W release they scheduled for the season coming up. Is this the time they normally release the schedule?
I feel like it was kind of early.
I feel like it's kind of early too, actually. I don't recall actually. But maybe because the expansion draft and all that's coming up, maybe that's why they're doing it. I don't know. But
probably, but
I'm glad they did, so I could, see which games I want to get to next year. I definitely want to go to Vegas to catch the Aces game. I want to go to different stadiums to see who has the best.
For sure. But you're gonna have at least 5 tries to see the Sky and the Fever if you want to. We can just start right there. That was the biggest thing on the internet. I didn't finish going through the schedule, but 5 times since last year. Schedule was released in December. Damn, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
But 5 times for them two to be playing each other is just overkill.
Stop trying to push this quote unquote rivalry, bro. It's not a rivalry, man.
This
is just crazy.
It's just racism. Kathy went on TV, national TV, when asked about racism in the WNBA and said it's good for the rivalry. So then you double down and schedule 5 entire games versus these two teams. Like, have some shame.
Shame.
Like, have some shame. Like,
Shame.
must we watch them play 5 times and have to hear all the racist shit online after the games, leading up to the games? Like, it's just exhausting.
Exhausting.
It's just truly exhausting. Also, with the schedule, why am I gonna watch the Mystics and the Dream play game 1? Like, why is that the opening game?
This is the reason people be so mad. This is why people be mad at her, Lo.
And this is the home team. This is the home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, but I'm not even trying to see that shit.
Nobody want to see that shit to open the season.
Like, first of all, the defending champs are supposed to play the opening night. That's
literally. I was just about to say that. Like, I don't know why
you're supposed to play somebody like that they are expecting to beat. Let's say like Valkyries, because they don't know what the hell they're doing yet, right? So show the new team. Play New York because they'll get the win on ring ceremony night and then go forward. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then have competitive games. Maybe we can get like an Aces and the Wings because they'll be healthy and have the number 1 pick, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, but instead we have the Aces versus New York, which will be a good game. The second game of the second day of the season. But I don't know. It's just like, why are you having the Aces play New York on their ring ceremony night? And Kathy trifling because she didn't even have, like, she has that as a home game for New York. But when the Aces won last year, she had them, I think she didn't have them, like, they didn't get to do their ring ceremony right away. Like, you know, it was a couple games, like they were away. Yeah, they were on the road for a couple games.
I think the year before, their first like 2-3 games were on the road.
Yeah, so every year they just have them starting on the road. Like, come on, Kathy.
I don't understand.
Or whoever makes the schedule. I don't know if she makes the schedule.
I don't understand.
We're blaming Kathy for everything.
You supposed to, that it should be 1 game, maybe 2 games, but New York, why don't you capitalize? Why don't you have Caitlin Clark as in the Fever play the Liberty on the first game of the season?
That's a good matchup.
Exactly.
That's a good matchup.
Literally, exactly.
Who's not gonna watch that game?
Like, y'all want viewership. Like, you say y'all want viewership this much. Like, why is Caitlyn not playing, like, at all? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why are they not playing the defending champs? Like, why is it not the people, even Chicago? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if they wanted to do Chicago versus the Fever, then, like, cool. Like, but you have to have the players that, like, actually garnish the viewership. It ain't the Mystics in Atlanta, respectfully.
It's not. Like, what?
That's literally the first game. That's literally tipping off the season. It's crazy.
Literally the first game. First game, we gotta sit there and watch this shit.
And that shit gonna be on League Pass. That shit ain't even gonna be on ESPN.
Exactly. And Meg is right. Meg said then she issued an apology during the Clippers game, late as fuck. Right. I remember that. That was right after the debate with that was when Joe Biden, I think Joe Biden was still in there at that time. But like, yeah, it was right after the debate. I'm like, bro, it's midnight.
Yeah.
She literally gave us an apology and was like, here, fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, here y'all go, damn.
Not even like midday. Like, you could have did like early morning or sometime in the afternoon or something.
It's
well,
bad.
Just for future reference, I'll never be getting a job at the WNBA the way I talk about her.
Now, while she there, you ain't. You definitely
absolutely not. And that's fine.
That's bad,
I'm always going to stand on all 10, bro. Money don't move me. I'm always stand on all 10 and what I believe in and my morality. And like that lady need to go sit on somebody's couch. And the fact that you're the commissioner of a predominantly Black league and you say the shit that comes out of your mouth, like I just can't stand for that. I don't care if it ruins opportunities. I don't care what it does. I can't stand for that, period.
No, yeah, you're not just gonna be disrespectful and she just be tone deaf. Like people don't want to see this. The Fever in Chicago 5 times. People always talk about the things that piss them off when it comes to viewership. And we want more eyes, and then everybody who was excited to see the schedule, each of the first game be that shit. You be like, the fuck is this?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's just. She's just not good at her job. It's not.
And again, I doubt that she made the decision for this. Like, it's people in place to do this, but you oversee the WNBA, so you're getting blamed for everything. Sorry, sis. So sorry.
I really want to know what was going on in that meeting. That was like, yeah, we're gonna do the Fever in the Sky 5 times. Cause what's the max teams usually play to, like 3 times?
Wiley, you right too. Wiley said, "I see that they are continuing."
Yeah,
to
they
schedule with the
got
same time
Mystics
slot.
Dream, Wings, and Links all at both at 7:30 to start the year.
Come on, man.
That's why I say, do they really want to grow the game?
And even like a couple of days later, they got Connecticut, Aces, Indiana, Atlanta, both at 7:00.
Why?
Those are the only 2 games that day on Tuesday, May 20th.
That's so nasty.
Like, we need reasoning. We need something for us to be like, oh, I can see that. Like, we don't have nothing.
Like, who do we write to or like complain? You know what I'm saying? Like, who? Because I looked her up on Instagram, I ain't find her. So I mean, on Twitter's, I ain't find her. So who do we complain to about this? Because this is honestly ridiculous. And again, they saying they want to grow the game. Do they really want to grow the game? That don't make sense. Why are you scheduling everything at once?
And I get
it just logically, it just doesn't make. I can see if it's
especially
like
if it's 2 games though. Like, have one game this time, and then a couple hours later the next game. Like, come on.
And that's and so maybe they feel like, oh well, you know, since both games are on the East Coast, we have to start them at 7. I'm just assuming that, right? Since both games are on the East Coast, we have to start them at 7. That's when you go back and look at the schedules and make the schedules according to that. Okay, I know I have one East Coast team playing. If it's only 2 games this day, I know I need to have one East Coast team playing and one West Coast team playing. Yep. So that way.
But some of these are on weekends too. Like, you can start some of these games at 1:00.
True. Honestly. And half of the time they on League Pass anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're competing with cable networks. Like, I can understand with the cable networks, they just take what they can get. They take whatever scratch they can get. But when it's not on cable, like when it's on League Pass, it's no excuse. Connecticut has 3 back-to-backs next season. Oh my gosh.
I didn't go through. They got 3 of them.
Hold on. And doesn't Connecticut play the Fever in Boston?
Yeah, because that's where they're going to be playing their home games there, right? Why don't you just move to Boston?
That's going to be the most
racist shit I've ever seen. No. That's
Boston.
They didn't even promote the game last year. I remember Dejanay had to tweet something out about the game.
Right, Boston as a city. I mean, even this year with the promotion, they had Dejanay holding up the low ass sign. I couldn't even see it. I had to click the picture and zoom in. Like, y'all couldn't afford a bigger sign and make it darker. Like, dang, just cheap, bro. Just cheap.
That's so cheap. Like, what
y'all so bad.
Like, why they gotta go play all? Why don't you just move to Boston?
Hold on, they're playing all their home games in Boston?
I don't think all of them.
I was about to say, what the hell?
No. Like, why don't you just move there? Just go there.
They were talking about it because you know, they say it's really hard to get to the Connecticut games because it's not like in Hartford. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not.
It's hard.
It's near it's like on the reservation.
No, I don't know why. I don't know. Connecticut's just a wild ass place to have a team. That's not a college team. That's just me.
They started out in Orlando. People forget. I don't know why they moved, but
probably because people wasn't going to the game.
I feel like it's hard to have teams in Orlando.
In Florida, period. Honestly.
Yeah. Hey man, y'all be just shitting on Florida, man.
No, for real. Like, Nick, when you look at the Heat games, it'd be empty, bro. Even when they was good, like you see all them red seats.
That shit would be empty.
It was empty. I ain't gonna lie.
But look, DA told me that sometimes it'd be like that because it's a club inside of the arena.
Yes,
so he was like people. He was like the club be packed, so people don't be like at their seats. They be at the club. I'm like, what?
No, it is
so crazy.
So you will see any and everybody in this club like it's like under the seats there, but that's a lot of people would be going. But still, before and you know what, that happened like that before the game too. But still, it still be bad. Like Florida, you got so much to do in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wiley's right. They had the Miami Soul, and we saw what happened with that. That's for sure. They only lasted 4 years?
I don't even think 4 years.
I think 3 actually.
Yeah.
If you're not good, they're not going. Like, even baseball, they've had good teams in Tampa Bay. They don't go to them damn games.
Nope.
They don't give a shit about that shit out there. So
nope. They barely go to the Bucks game. My dad got season tickets, and he said they paid for the price they paid for 3 season tickets for Tampa Bay Buccaneers game was the same price he pays for 1 season ticket for the Commanders.
Of course,
they giving them away.
It's Tampa Bay.
Meg
don't
said
let Tampa Bay be bad. Oh my God.
Right. Meg said, and Unrivaled just rolling their league out. I don't want to say problem free, but it's definitely eye-opening on how cheap and unorganized the W is. She's very correct because the fact that they can already get all this sponsorship and all this money to pay these women, like they're making the W look really bad.
Yeah, like why isn't the W got some of the TNT and be on the Max app? You know how easy that shit would be?
I've been vouching for that for years. I don't know why
what the fuck is going like why is that not? And so Unrivaled got TNT. What? Like what are we doing here? So
they ain't even played a fucking game yet. That's the crazy thing.
Right. I didn't even think about that. They showed. She said, "How about free agency going to happen in the middle of Unrivaled? I'm here for it. That's a fact because you still got to go play."
That's
gonna be spicy.
How you gonna take 2 meetings though, and you playing for Unrivaled? That's crazy.
I'm here for the drama.
There's gonna be a lot of drama. Shit. Anything else on the schedule release?
I was gonna ask y'all too. I think the second day of the year they got Seattle and Phoenix. I don't know how much that's gonna mean. I don't know if Skylar gonna be there, so it's like I don't know if that game really gonna mean much.
Bro, free agency really gonna be nuts because there's gonna be a lot of movement. So I'm interested to see what Seattle looks like after this, case and everything that's going on there. Like, it's Noe because it's been real quiet. Like all the tea dropped, and then it's like it's been real quiet.
And both of them is both in our league as well.
You said what?
I said both of them in our league as well.
Oh, yeah, they both in a rival.
They
need that one-on-one, man. Give us that one-on-one, please.
Speaking of Phoenix, I ain't talking about this shit on Twitter all day, but y'all talked about it. What the fuck was up with that picture? That the Mercury what was that?
Oh yeah. Oh,
if y'all ain't seen it, man, I ain't pulling it up. I ain't saying
it's the picture. It was a picture
so disgusted.
Yeah,
I'm so disgusted.
Natasha Cloud, Kalia Copper, and Sophie Cunningham. Crazy.
Like this is my thing. At no point am I ever letting anyone pet me, especially not a white person. That's number one. You're not petting me.
I don't like my kids petting me.
Number two, like, yeah, right. Xavier put his hand on my, I'm like, baby, don't do that now. Come on now. Like, don't do that now. But number two, you sitting on me too, especially when someone with those same ideologies that we know she has, like, I'm not letting that fly. And I like Kyle, like, but what was sister thinking? Like, that's like, I don't know, like, how did they think this was going to be received? And it made it over to pro-black Twitter. So they are getting cooked over there. Yeah. Like, I got to send y'all those. They are getting cooked over there. But, like, I just don't know what the motivation behind, like, what did they think they were accomplishing with this pose?
I don't understand. Like, even being the photographer in the room of what were you going with in this?
Right.
Like, to have anybody sitting on anybody, and then to have Kai at the bottom of this, look at the shit. It looks like what we've been complaining about.
Especially as the only dark skin in the picture.
Yeah, like
it makes it worse.
It got white women standing on top or sitting on this black woman while she's on the ground. So it just didn't.
The optics just look really bad.
Really bad.
But even when I try to put things into perspective, because that's what I'm learning in therapy, let me look from a different perspective, right?
Zoom out.
Even when you look from a different perspective, it's like, what did y'all set out to achieve with this picture? Like, what, that they're all three friends? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the goal? Because y'all completely missed. Right. Jazzy said, it's like, who approved this? Exactly. Like, it went through how many people's eyes before coming to Twitter? The photographer, the person on set that's, helping, like the social media manager, like all these, the team, like the people that took the picture, like the players, like, come on, bro. Like, it went through all these people and y'all still decided to push post.
Ask somebody who got to send photos to social media teams. Listen, I don't understand how something like this will even get through. It's like at least 3-4 people that's going to see these photos and like, how?
And there's the thing too, like with all due respect, Sophie the worst out of the three. So it's like, why is she on top? I'm here.
No, seriously, yo. I don't understand just like that whole thing. When I first saw it, I scrolled past and I was like, no, I didn't see that. And then one of
Nah, I
y'all
ain't
put
see
in,
that.
one of y'all put in the group chat, like I definitely saw that. Like, and I couldn't believe it. I just kept looking at it like, huh, what is going on here? So I don't know.
Right. They ain't even deleted Jazzy. You're correct. They are staying in 10 toes. They don't
Standing
care.
and that's another thing about a lot of these social media teams now. Like, if they put up shit that's wrong, they don't delete.
Nope.
They don't correct. They get backlash. They don't do nothing. They just keep it up.
I think there's no way my good sister cop proved that, man. I can't believe it. I can't.
What was the conversation? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Hopefully, look, I actually reached out to one of my sources that knows her to ask her what the hell was going on. So I'm waiting for them to hit me back.
I definitely can't wait to get this. Like,
yeah,
what we doing? Like that photo, it just looks bad. Just
might need to call Cindy back up here. We need some explanation.
Yeah, Cindy back up here for real. Like, was that for like a new season coming? Was that part of their like schedule release?
Man, it don't even matter what it was for. They played like they really played for sure. They really
did. At one point, it was being viewed like at a rapid rate. Like it kept on. I kept seeing people who I even talk about the W was talking about this shit. I was like, yeah, this shit is not good for them. Sister,
oh my gosh, USC is cooking them.
Y'all funny.
60-23.
Oh shit, we got the expansion draft. Real quick, we get about it. We had an hour 15, but the expansion draft is Friday. I don't know. Is it this Friday?
Yep,
yeah.
I don't know too many rules on it yet, like what's going on. Like I always forget.
I'm trying to educate myself on it. So apparently the Valkyries can get one unrestricted free agent to add to their team. I think that's like the only information that I got. And then they could take like one or two players from like each of the other 12 teams.
Lo, you got any information, Lo?
What are you guys talking about, the expansion draft?
Yeah,
what Nick said.
Okay, there you go. Is it going to be on ESPN? Is it going to be live? Megan, do you have any information, Megan, in the chat?
It's supposed to be on TV.
It's supposed to be?
Yeah, they have a whole a frequently asked questions thing on the website if y'all want to read it.
They show us the W posting an explanation. I gotta go see this.
Yeah, it's like a whole Q&A type of thing that explains.
I thought you were talking about the whole COD situation. Okay, never mind. Then.
Oh no! Hold on, wait, what? I thought you were talking about that. Yeah, I think she's
expansion draft.
Yeah, she's talking about the expansion draft. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I think people were saying that they think the Valkyries were gonna they said something about how they think that they're gonna do it live and everything is gonna be, because I thought, from my understanding, I thought that they were going to say the people that they protected, make it clear the people that they were gonna try to get on their team. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this is new for all of us, so we'll see.
Okay. Anything else we get about here?
Juju has this is the first expansion draft since. This is the first expansion draft since what, like 08, 09?
Yeah, 08.
What'd you say about Juju?
6 threes, third quarter.
Oh, right
there
now?
Judea.
Judea. Is she back to being Juju or is she still Judea?
Still Judea.
Mama named it Judea, so I'm gonna
call her Judea.
Hey, speaking of her, for everybody who was out there trying to act like she had no emotion, just go watch her documentary.
Yeah.
Episode 1 will let you know how much motion she really had before college.
Before all of this.
Before all of this, how much motion she really had.
One thing I will say, I don't know if y'all watched it, but one thing I will say is I didn't realize that her decision between South Carolina and USC was that close. I didn't realize that she was I didn't know that really locked in. It's I knew she had she had an offer from every school, but and I knew that it came down between South Carolina and USC. I do remember that, but I didn't know that she went deep, really thinking I might go to SC. So that was cool to see. That was cool to see her and Don, and just to think. Now I will go on record and say I respect her for staying home and not going to a school that's already a powerhouse. I think only special players can do that.
Absolutely.
I think even when you look at Elena Deladon, right? Committed to UConn, but then ended up going to Delaware. They weren't great, but she helped them get to their first NCAA tournament appearance, right? So that's even Caitlin Clark. I'll give her credit. Nobody, I mean, yes, Iowa people like we knew about Megan and other people at Iowa or whatever, but Caitlin Clark really, really put them on the map. They had Suarez too, but Caitlin Clark really put them on the map. And it's just something that I enjoy when a player doesn't necessarily go to a UConn or South Carolina or like one of these big schools. Like I like when they kind of make a name for themselves and go elsewhere. So I'm always going to respect Juju for that. But man, what would it look like if she was coached by?
Oh, it would have been a game changer. What?
Right? And I said all that to say that, and I will also say that I think that Juju is going to be a pro. I think she's skill wise. I think she's already skilled enough to be a pro, but it's this up here that still needs to develop. Her brain, like her mentality, her basketball IQ, all of that. But more importantly, I'll say that if she was coached by Dawn Staley, I think that she would have already had a step up as she transitions to the professional league versus being coached by Lindsay Gottlieb.
Gottlieb is she's bad. She's not good. But I'm with you on that. And watching that on the documentary, I had was seeing her on the visit. I was like, yo, she was really close to going there.
Bro, literally at Don's house playing cards. I'm like, oh, they doing black shit for real.
Yeah.
They over there playing spades for they was locked in.
They was definitely locked in. So that's crazy. I'm with you. I had no idea.
I didn't know it came, that close, but I think if South Carolina was a little closer in proximity, she would have went. But it's halfway across the country. You never see it. You can tell her mom still does her hair, so you can tell how close she is to her family.
No, definitely, no, yeah. But yeah, y'all definitely go check out that documentary on TikTok.
Bro, man, what I've been looking at things. I've been trying to look at what the stuff she was using. I saw she used Mael. I use that too, but mine don't be holding like that, sister girl. Her mom had to make some concoction, child. I saw her using the spray bottle. I said that ain't just water. It's something in that.
She definitely made some shit.
But those NIL deals won't come real soon. The hair NIL deals,
you already know it because her shit be when she be playing a whole game, her hair don't be moved.
Bro, don't move at all. Be in a full-fledged sweat.
Baby
hair, edges still laid. The bun is still flat top. The hair is still back. Like, man, I used to look like I got out of a fight when I was hooping. Looking rough as hell.
Perfect. No, Juju shit is perfect for sure. Dead ass. But yeah, man. Anything else we get up out here, man?
Tap in with us Saturday. That's all we got. We gonna play back Saturday.
9:00 Eastern. 9:00 Eastern is gonna be fun. Bring your weed. Bring your alcohol. Bring your laugh because we're gonna be telling jokes. It's gonna be a long night.
Crazy in there, man. So
it is. It definitely is. I'm gonna put the link in there one more time for y'all. They go to the link for everybody who have not joined it. There you go.
Also subscribe on YouTube too. Make sure you subscribe.
I got y'all.
Subscribe, follow the page on social media, all those things. I need to.
I still gotta do that.
I got y'all. But yeah, man. See y'all next week. See y'all on Saturday at 9:00 Eastern, man. It's been fun like always. I enjoy y'all, everybody from Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Till Saturday, man. Peace.
Y'all be